Okay, let's talk about something that you've probably seen everywhere lately, generative AI. In just the last couple of years, this technology has totally changed the game for, well, pretty much everyone. Artists, programmers, you name it. And this isn't just another Siri or Alexa. This is AI that creates. And believe me, that changes everything.
So to really wrap our heads around this, we first need to understand the difference between the AI we're used to and this new kid on the block. Think of traditional AI over on the left like a master detective. It's fantastic at finding clues and recognizing patterns in existing data. Like how Netflix figures out exactly what movie you want to watch next. But now, look to the right at generative AI. This is more like an imaginative artist. It doesn't just find patterns, it actually creates brand new ones from scratch, dreaming up original stories, images, and music.
So, how in the world did we make that jump from an AI that just recognizes things to one that actually creates them? Let's dig into that, because understanding this shift is key to seeing just how big of a deal this really is. At its core, it's all about making something from nothing. Well, almost nothing. It learns from an unbelievable amount of data. We're talking pretty much the entire internet, books, art, code, and then it does something amazing. It doesn't just copy and paste what it's seen. It weaves all that knowledge together to generate something that has literally never existed before. Okay, so how does this stuff actually work? I mean, it can feel like straight-up magic sometimes, right? But when you pop the hood, you find a process that's, well, it's brilliant, but in some ways it's also surprisingly straightforward.
When it comes to writing text, the whole secret is just predicting the next word. That's it. A model like GPT-4 is basically the world's most powerful autocomplete. It's been trained on so much text that it has this incredible gut feeling for the patterns of language. So it just keeps guessing the most statistically likely word to come next, one after another, and poof, you get a perfectly coherent sentence, or a whole essay.
Now for images, the process is even more wild. It's called a diffusion model, and it's all about learning in reverse. First, you teach the AI how to completely destroy a picture by slowly adding random static, what we call noise, until it's just a fuzzy mess. Then, and this is the genius part, you train it to do that whole process backward, to find the hidden image inside the static. Once it gets really good at that, it can start with pure static and just by following your text prompt, build a brand new image out of thin air. All right, knowing how it works is cool and all, but this is where it gets really exciting. What can this technology actually do out there in the real world? Because we're already seeing it completely shake up entire industries.
And the impact is just huge. We're not talking about one or two niche areas. In the creative fields, it's a new paintbrush, a new instrument. For programmers, it's like having a brilliant partner who never needs a coffee break. In medicine, it's a powerful research assistant. And for engineers, a design prodigy. The list just keeps growing, touching pretty much any field you can think of that relies on innovation.
And to put a real number on that, some studies are showing that AI tools like GitHub Copilot can cut the time it takes to write code by up to half. And that doesn't just mean things get done faster. It means developers are freed up to focus on the big, creative, problem-solving parts of their job instead of getting stuck on routine code. But then you look at healthcare, and the potential is literally life-changing. Finding a new drug can take decades and cost billions. But by using AI to dream up and analyze new molecular structures, researchers can supercharge that process, potentially finding new cures in a fraction of the time. It's just incredible.
But with all this incredible power, there has to be a flip side, right? We can't talk about all the amazing things it can do without also facing the dangers. What happens when this creative power goes wrong, or worse, is used for the wrong reasons?
So let's hit pause on the hype for just a minute and do a little reality check. As amazing as this all sounds, the technology comes with some very real risks. We need to talk about the road ahead and how we navigate these challenges responsibly. You can pretty much boil down the biggest dangers into three main buckets. First, the AI can just be plain wrong. It can hallucinate facts out of nowhere or echo the biases it learned from its data. Second, it can be used for malicious stuff, like creating convincing deepfakes to spread lies or commit fraud. And third, it throws a huge wrench into our ideas about ownership. I mean, who owns art made by an AI? The law is still scrambling to figure that one out.
This drives home one crucial point. You absolutely cannot blindly trust what these things spit out. There was this now infamous court case where a lawyer used an AI to do research, and it just made stuff up. It cited entire legal cases that were completely fictional. It's a perfect and kind of scary reminder that we still need a human in the loop, asking questions.
And that, of course, brings us to the elephant in the room, the question that's on pretty much everyone's mind. With a tool this good at automating things, what's going to happen to our jobs?
To get some real perspective here, let's just look at the data. A study from Goldman Sachs suggested that about 7% of current jobs are at risk. Okay, that sounds a little scary. But then you look at history, and you see this incredible pattern. Over 85% of all job growth since 1940 came from brand new types of jobs that were created by technology. So the story isn't just about jobs lost, it's also about new ones gained. And that leaves us with this one final big idea to think about. Every revolutionary technology, whether it was the printing press or the internet, has completely reshaped our world. Generative AI is just the next chapter. It is an unbelievably powerful tool, but it's not our destiny. The future isn't going to be written by an algorithm. It's going to be written by us, by the choices we all make about how we build this technology, how we regulate it, and how we use it. The real question is, how will we choose to shape our world with it?